What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the brother who told you not to mess around with these barbaric Beckys, but you did anyway, and she has now sliced your ass up like some lunch meat, and I'm black up in your face again with some more pro-black commentary. So this is going to be a continuation of a story that I reported on way back when on my Patreon page because I couldn't do it on YouTube at the time, but it is a story of this OnlyFans model, Miss Courtney Clenny, and how she stabbed her black boyfriend to death. And the black man's name was Christian Toby Obumseli. And it's not lost on me that his middle name is Toby. Okay, anyone who's ever seen the movie Roots and how they beat Kunta Kinte into the name Toby, you know the significance of that name. But this black male was killed by his white, blonde-haired, fake-eyed Becky, and a lot of people have been talking about it for the last few months. And finally, this white girl has been arrested for this murder because she had been just walking around free after she stabbed him because she claimed that it was self-defense. She said that he grabbed her up around her neck and she had no choice but to stab him. And there's some audio from the 911 call where she called 911 for him, and you can hear him in the background crying about how he's bleeding to death. So, a very tragic story, a very sad thing. I do feel bad for Christian's family and for his, maybe his close friends. I do feel bad that he passed away. No one deserves that. But we're going to be honest in this report, okay? We're going to talk about the facts because there's been a lot of talk recently about what happened to Christian and should people feel bad about it and everything like that. And so first, just let me say this Becky is extremely dangerous. That's why I call her Becky the Barbarian. And I've made, kind of some jokes about calling her Becky the Barbarian and her savage sword or her bloody sword. She's been swinging it around and killed her boyfriend. And it's come out, they found some footage where it actually shows Courtney Clenny beating up on her boyfriend. She's actually beating up on him in the elevator. And he's trying to defend himself. And from what I understand, there have been reports about them always arguing and always getting into these domestic violence situations. In fact, they were about to be evicted from I don't know if it was a condo or apartment in South Florida. They're about to be kicked out of there because of all the domestic violence situations they had. And, it's just real bad to see that. Seeing how this black man, this big black man is getting his ass whooped by this little white skank. And I think it's really disturbing to see any type of domestic violence situation. But what makes it more disturbing to me is the fact that it came out after he was murdered that Christian Toby Obumseli did a lot of buck dancing on social media, talking bad about black women, talking bad about black Americans in general, because I believe he's actually Nigerian. And not only did he talk bad about black people, he praised white women and talked about how attractive they were and how beautiful they were. And I guess his dreams came true when he got with Miss Courtney Clenny. But his dream soon turned into a nightmare because this white chick was whooping his ass and going oops upside his head. And in doing so, later on, she wound up actually stabbing him and killing him. So all that open attack on black people on your social media, but when Becky was whooping your ass, you didn't say anything bad about her or talk bad about white women when you were on your social media, even though the white woman was actually doing you physical and mental and spiritual harm, and she did you so much harm that she took your life. So now you can't say anything bad about her, but you made sure that you talk trash about black people, especially black women, on social media. Even call a lot of them loud and ignorant and whatnot. What was Becky then? You see, if black women are loud and ignorant and mean-spirited and violent, what was this white bitch then that was going upside your head and wound up killing you? You see what I'm saying? And that's a problem for you Negroes who do stuff like this, okay? You're so messed up in your mind that you waste all your time going on your social media and going out in public and attacking your own people. And that's disturbing. It's disgusting. And I hate to see that. And then you wonder why no one wants to come to your defense or no one cares when something bad happens to you. You can't get online and trash your own people and then expect black people to come to your defense. At the very least, why would you even expect that? You know what I'm saying? At the very least, black people expect you to be somewhat loyal to us. If you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all. You know what I'm saying? But instead, you Negroes go out of your way to trash black people, and then your family is out there crying and begging the black community to come save you or to punish someone who murdered you. His family's just as guilty as well, because his family talked trash about black Americans as well. And you Negroes from the diaspora, whether you be from Maine and the continent of Africa or from the Caribbean or whatever, or Europe, y'all need to stop that shit. You better cut that stuff out, okay? Especially if you're going to come asking black people for your help. If something bad happens to you, be united at the beginning. Be down with us from the beginning, and then we can come out and be down for you. But see, that's real hard because, I mean, let's just be honest. A lot of the buck dancers from Africa and the Caribbean come here, and the real riders stay there. I'm not one of those people who hates anyone who is not a black American, okay? I'm not one of those types of YouTubers who brings that up all the time. But, and the reason I don't do that is because I actually do talk and correspond with black people from Europe, who are in Europe, or who are from the Caribbean, or who are actually in Africa. And there are some writers out there. There are some black people who understand that they're black first in other parts of the world. But there a lot of the buffoons come here for some reason. Like I guess just America is just a haven for coonery, I guess. They come here and they trash their own people, and then they get caught up in some nonsense, and then they want to run and cry and ask us for help. And that's not going to happen. Okay? You're on your own when you do stuff like that. And let me talk to some of you other folks out here, some of you people who disagree with that line of thinking. Especially I notice a lot of black conservatives, they disagree with this line of thinking basically because they get out all the time and trash the black community. So they feel that they want to have one foot in hell and one foot in heaven by being able and allowed to trash the black community or black women in general, and they still want to be able to run back to the black community for help. See, we're not going to let you play that. No fence straddling here. Not going to let you Negroes ride the fence on that one, okay? Either you're down with us and you actually want to help us, or you get over there with white folks and you coon. Pick a side, okay? Because I noticed a lot of that. There were a couple of black conservatives I saw on YouTube, and one in particular got mad at me on Twitter about my comments on this white chick killing this black man, okay? And I'm going to say this, that a lot of you folks are hypocritical. You can't get mad at us saying that, or people who were saying that, because I didn't say this personally, but there were people on my social media saying that Christian Toby deserved to get killed by this white woman because he always praised white women and dissed black women. You know, I wouldn't go that far saying he deserved it, but I don't care either. I'm not going to run to his defense because he was out there buck dancing. However, if there are people out there saying he deserved it, I can't really get mad at them because you black conservatives did the same thing. Damn near every conservative, white, black, or candy stripe was out there talking trash about Brittany Griner, saying she deserves to be locked up for 10 years because she was smoking weed or had some hash oil or whatever in her pipe over in Russia. I've seen that all the time because like they said, oh, she criticized America. She talked bad about America and said America was oppressive. So now she's getting what she deserves in a foreign country, right? That's what a lot of conservatives have been saying, right? So what's good enough for the goose is good enough for the gander. Why can't I say that about someone like Christian Toby? If you can say that about Brittany Griner and say that she deserves to be locked up for dissing America, then what's the difference? What's the difference in what we're saying and what we're doing? And like I said, for the most part, most black people are not even saying he, because I've seen this narrative as well by what's his name? What's that conservative's name? I think it's Night Talk. Is this black guy? He's married to a black woman. Or not? He's not. He's a black guy. He's married to a white woman. He has a mixed child, and he usually sides with a lot of conservatism. Now, he and I agree when it comes to a lot of this transgender nonsense and the nonsense that liberals push on in media and in politics. But I had to disagree with him on his latest video where he talked about this situation. And he said there are black women out there saying that this black man deserved to get killed because he was with a white woman. Now, obviously, Night Talk is very biased in this case because he is married to a white woman and has a half white child. But, you know, black women weren't upset with Christian Toby because he was with a white woman. They were upset because he was trashing black women. Okay? There's a big difference. When you intentionally go out of your way to trash a whole demographic, you can't expect nothing but just either them not caring or even saying you deserve for something bad to happen to you. At the very least, you have to admit that that's somewhat karma in that regard. That the fact that you attack black women and put white women on a pedestal and praise them, and it was a white woman who wound up taking your ass out of here. That at the very least, you have to admit karma got involved in that regard. Okay? That was just like that fool a couple of years ago. Was it Stephen Clark? He was also on social media with his ugly ass Asian girlfriend talking trash about black women and black people in general. Then the cops blew his ass away, and his family was coming out and asking for black people's help. And black people said, you know, ain't nothing we can do for you. Okay, you were out here talking trash about us, saying how bad we were, calling us all ignorant, saying black women were ugly if they had dark skin and all sort of nonsense. What do you expect? Now you expect us to come and help you after you just were acting like a complete asshole on social media? Can't do it. So, I mean, you folks let me know how you feel about this in the comments section. I very much like to hear your opinions. I probably know how most people are going to feel. Once again, I'm not going to say he deserved it. I'm not going to say, I do hope this Becky goes to prison. I doubt it because she's already playing the I'm so sad, I'm the victim role. Getting on TV with her little pouty face when they took her picture, her mugshot. She's in there pouting, looking all sad and pitiful. I expect when she gets to court, she's not going to have any of that makeup on or her hair dyed and everything or her contacts in when she goes to court. I can guarantee you that. She's going to be looking so damn pitiful when she goes to court for manslaughter, for killing this man. But she's already playing the victim role, and I'm going to try to make it seem like he was the big abusive black man. And, you know, even though there's footage out there of her beating him up. But I doubt she'll go to prison for this. But we shall see. I'll keep an eye on this case. You folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. And if you want to see the other video that I did about this when it first happened, you have to go watch it on Patreon. I will post a link in the description box. It's called The Bloody Blade of Becky. You guys can go watch it on my Patreon. It's exclusive that you can download it there. Okay? So, anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on these devils' back.